All right. Everybody there? What's up, everybody? Oh, I know. I was just getting ready. I was talking to myself. I got it. Oh, dude. So thank you all so much for watching this. It's been so exciting to get ready for this and to do this. And been working on this guitar for almost 2 years. So I figure I'll tell the story and I'll answer questions and whatever you guys want to know about the guitar. Ibanez approached me a couple years ago. They had just released the AZ line and it was a success. And I tried one and I was really blown away. Even though it wasn't my style of guitar, I was blown away by the quality of the guitar and what you get for the money with the guitar. And I have so many friends who have been with Ibanez for a long time. And then new friends were involved in the AZ line, like Tom Quayle and Martin Miller. And they were telling me these great things about the guitars even before they came out. And so when Ibanez approached me saying, hey, it's going to take a while. We move slow and, we want to do a T-style, this shape, two pickup guitar like the AZ in the future. It will probably take a few years. This was 2019, I guess. Might have even been 2018. And they said it will most likely launch at NAMM 2021. And I said, holy cow, 2021. I mean, that's a while. But they said, well, this enables us to do it the way we want, methodically, and with a lot of thought going into everything. And quite honestly, they went for everything I wanted to do on this guitar and were 100% open to everything, which was super exciting to me. And that's always what I'm looking for in a partnership with a company. I see somebody asking if other manufacturers approach me. Actually, many have approached me in the past 2 years since I made this deal with Ibanez. Yes, but I'm a man of my word. And I got such a good feeling from all the people at Ibanez, Rocky, and initially, and then Mike, who's my go-to guy, Mike Arrigo. And it's just been, honestly, a joy dealing with these guys and with this company already, and I can't wait to have this thing out. So it's going to take a bit before it hits the streets. I have a press conference with Ibanez as part of Virtual NAMM on Tuesday, and as you know, everything takes a month or so before it gets into the stores, but they will be available everywhere Ibanez is available. There's no limited numbers. There's no anything like that. So you can get one anytime. The more they sell, the more likely they'll be to have a FlatV1 too. Maybe other colors, other specs, left-handed models, only if it sells well, obviously. But it's not a limited model. They're committed to this. Now, let's talk about the difference between this guitar and some of the other AZSs that they just announced. So even though this is a member of the AZS family, they're calling this the FlatV1. And the FlatV1 family is my family of guitars. So that's why this is the FlatV1. It's going to be around $2,500. I can't give you the exact number. We're days away from the exact number. It's either going to be just below 25 or just above 25. So basically $2,500. It's made in Japan. It's a top-of-the-line Ibanez guitar. Black only for now. That will depend, I said, on the sales. So maybe in the future it will have some other colors and other options. Neck shape. It's a soft V-neck. It is fairly chunky. The specs are now on Ibanez.com if you want them. It's based off what was my main guitar for the last almost 15 years, my Chapin guitar. So it's a soft V. It's not huge, but it's not small. The frets are based off the StewMac 154 frets I've used my whole life, basically. And they are 100 by 50 millimeters. So they're tall, taller than normal, and wider than normal, but not super wide like 6100 giant jumbo frets. But they are big frets. They're just, they're not as big as what some people like. They're what I like. And I think this size frets are the most versatile for all styles of neck shape, all radius, all scale length, and all sounding styles of guitar. I use them on all my styles of guitar because they're so comfortable and flexible. And the reason I like them taller as opposed to wider is I like a very crowned fret for intonation purposes. I see people asking about the saddles. They are titanium, which was what was like on my Chapin guitar, but they're a new design in collaboration between Ibanez and Goto. They have grooves for each string so the strings don't move, and the intonation is super precise. They're really, really, they did something special. They're also compensated and angled so that the strings are exactly where they want them to be for feel and for intonation. So that's really cool. What else? It's a maple cap on a maple neck, roasted. So that's extra strength. This is a very strong neck that will not move, which I like with my giant strings. Someone's asking about the fret size again. They are 100 millimeters tall by 50 millimeters wide. 0.100 by 0.050. The control plate, angled plate. So this, I drew this pickguard, and the plate was kind of a split idea. I wanted the angled switch, so I could play it like I play an S-style guitar, like that. It's just super comfortable. And the knobs are actually in the proper place. It's just kind of an optical illusion of the plate. So this is right where I'm used to it, as is this. And speaking of the knobs, they let me go through a bunch of different knobs. We 3D printed out knobs to get the height, the width, and the knurl depth right. So I like a sharp knurl, but not ridiculous. You know, all that type of stuff. The nut width is on Ibanez.com. It is a bone nut, absolutely. Let's see what other questions we've got. Oh, the pot values. They're 250 like a Telecaster, but they are specifically chosen pots and caps for this guitar. I had a very hi-fi cap in my Chapin. We matched the material of that cap, the curve of that cap, and the value of that cap, along with the volume pot and the tone pot. It's really, this is a Razer laptop. Yeah. So here, I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to mute this shotgun mic so you can hear the guitar a little better. So no talking for a second. I think it sounds like me, right? This one is 7 pounds. I have 3, and they've all been basically 7 pounds, 7.1, 7.2. Someone asked about the tuners. This is the only Ibanez that has vintage tuners on it, as in string down into the shaft style tuners. That was a must for me. That's really important for me. It will not ship with 13s. In fact, Ibanez asked me if I wanted it to ship with 13s. They thought it would be kind of cool, and I said, are you guys crazy? You want people to pick it up in a store and like it, right? So no, it will ship with normal 10s. Oh, what's up, Steve? Yeah, I'm glad we got LeMahieu back. How long have I had this one? So here's some great news. This one I got a week ago. This is the off-the-line production model, and I think it's my favorite one. Like, I have 2 of the prototypes, and one that was my favorite during this whole process, really the last year when it became really a finished guitar. And I think this one straight off the line is my favorite one. It's really awesome. Someone asked, oh, I'll play with the Leslie in a second, absolutely. It a mix of Tele and Jazzmaster looks-wise? I mean, maybe. I mean, it's certainly, you know, Tele mostly, you know, as far as the slab of the body. There's no contours. The neck heel, the shape is just slightly tweaked. You know, it's got to be its own thing. Let's talk about the pickups. So Seymour Duncan approached me about these pickups when it became clear that I had to figure out a new thing for the pickups of this guitar. because the pickups in my Chapin were made by Bill Chapin, and I needed to figure something out. And, obviously I love Ron and Ron Ellis, but it was not feasible for him to make the number of pickups and the price of pickups. So when Seymour reached out about making the pickups for this guitar and showed a willingness to get it right the way I wanted it, and then to sell them after the fact as my own signature pickups, that was obviously a no-brainer. I mean, it's an honor to be working with them now. And we worked on these pickups, for the last year, I would say. Once we had test bodies and things like that, we started working on the pickups. So the neck pickup is similar to what was in my Chapin. I made it this much hotter, just barely a little hotter, because I just wanted that. After 15 years of playing that guitar with those pickups, I kind of fell into what I like, and I wanted to change a couple things. The bridge pickup is very much like what was in the Chapin, as much as we could approximate it. Obviously I didn't tear that pickup apart, but we knew it was mixed magnet. So this is half Alnico 2 and Alnico 5. So 3 magnets are 2 and 3 magnets are 5. It's flat pole, and I think that's part of what makes it sound so dynamic. I'm going to turn the mic back off and just play the bridge pickup so you can hear. It really does sound like me. Again, it was important that I felt comfortable on this guitar right away. What's funny is, as the months have gone by lately, and I've been playing it more, there are times when I just playing, and I look down and realize I'm not playing my Chapin, which is kind of an awesome feeling, like to know that this feels that comfortable already. And mostly it's like, it sounds like me. It doesn't give me any weird feelings. It feels and sounds like me. And I'm so proud of this, and it's an awesome guitar. Did I try stainless steel frets? Oh yeah, I've tried them many times. I'm just not a fan. So if you want stainless steel frets, the regular models come with stainless steel frets. No treble bleed. Not a fan either. Why Ibanez and not Fender? Well, that's an interesting question. Fender actually approached me in the last 2 years since I've made the deal with Ibanez. But I'm a man of my word, and honestly, it goes down to personal relationships. The people I met with Ibanez really knocked my socks off with their professionalism and the way that they approached me. They're just incredibly nice people. And when I talk to, my friends like Andy Timmons and people like that, there's a reason they've all been with Ibanez. Steve Vai, Andy Timmons, George Benson, Schofield, Paul Gilbert. How long have all these people been with Ibanez? It's because, to a man, they all tell me what a great company it is to work with and what great people are there in that company. So it was a no-brainer for me. Also, they were totally open to me doing every little thing I wanted to do. There was no compromise on this guitar. How's it feel to be in the likes of Matheny and Schofield and Benson? Oh, dude, it's amazing. So just to have a guitar with my name on it, which, by the way, the signature is on the back of the headstock. So you can make this your own guitar. It doesn't have my name all over it or anything like that. But, when I was a kid, this was a dream, obviously, to have a signature guitar. When I was 13 years old, my uncle flew me to the NAMM show for a gift for my bar mitzvah. And one of the first things I did was wait in line at the Ibanez booth to get Steve Vai's autograph. Because I was a Steve Vai fanatic. Had Passion and Warfare posters on my wall. He was right next to Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eric Johnson. Even though I wasn't a big shred guy, I loved something about Steve. And just the fact that now I'm on this same list. Like, I just looked at the website refresh and I'm right next to Satch. And it's like, holy cow. And they were like, yeah, we can't call the guitar a JS. And I'm like, Right, noted. You already have one of those. So it was like, it's pretty freaking amazing, quite honestly. And also, it makes me bummed that NAMM isn't real this year, because it was going to be amazing to be there this year at NAMM and be announcing this guitar and introducing it and all the things that would be going on at the NAMM show with my friends and new friends and promoting the guitar. But, you know, this is a brave new world that we're in today. So I'm really just excited to have it announced now, and I can play the guitar and start talking about it. Is this my new gigging guitar? Without question. Yes. You know, you will not see me not playing Ibanez. You know, I'm in 100%. I've bought in, and I'm very excited about it. Let me see what questions I missed. Oh, the cost. It's going to be basically $2,500. It could be slightly less or slightly more. The final numbers will be within the next couple of days. Is there a FlatV logo? There's not, but there may end up with like the FlatV1 number designation somewhere. And that gives us room to have FlatV2s and FlatV3s. Will I visit Germany in May, or is it canceled again? I don't know the answer on that one yet. Are the Strat and 335 taking a break? Well, funny you say that. Ibanez is making me a special AZ and a special John Scofield model for me to have when I eventually do get back on the road. Was I hesitant about the Poly? Fuck yeah, I was. You know, I've been playing a nitro guitar most of my life. But basically, they let me test finishes. I went through finishes until I could see, you know, what the feel was like and what the resonance was like. This guitar resonates as much as any guitar I own. It's very thin, actually. I've even dinged it, actually. I know that's not, to most people that's not a positive, but to me it is a positive. I've already dinged this one. So that shows you the finish is relatively thin. It's actually really thin for Poly. So, yeah. Any thoughts of doing a premium model? Well, they actually consider this the premium model. This is made in Japan. This is top of the line Ibanez model. Will there be a more expensive one? I don't know. What I'm hoping is there'll be a cheaper one down the line. If it's a success, they will most likely make the step below the Prestige, which would be more affordable. Here's the back. So as you can see, slab. There's no comfort. This is a vintage style guitar. It comes with a hard shell case, yeah. Hard shell case. Oh yeah, we went through different finishes because I knew I wanted to be black. So we tried like a satin finish that showed the grain. We tried a few different versions of Poly until arrived at the one that I like. Did I consider any other color? No, not for I knew if I was going to put my name on a guitar, I'm identified with this black and white look with the maple neck. It's my style. So initially I figured this is the way to go. Thanks, Tim. I am really excited. I'm jacked up. It's been a lot. Like even just the black headstock with the gold logo and everything. I'm excited about that. You know, I love that there's so many things about this guitar that's exclusive to this guitar within the Ibanez brand. I think that's so cool that they allowed me to do that. They didn't make me take, you know, a slim down neck carve or a belly cut or an arm cut. You know, it was like, no, they let me do everything I wanted. So as far as when it's going to be available, a lot of that depends on how many orders get placed now and all that type of stuff. We're hoping 2 months and then it'll be in stores, hopefully in March. But again, I'm not in that side of the business. But that's the hope, is what I've been told. Do I have regrets or things I would do differently next time? Honestly, not really. I mean, there's a few things I thought would be cool when it got too late. Like I was talking to Mike Arrigo the other day, and I mentioned, man, how cool would it have been if we made an ashtray cover, you know, that came in the case with the guitar. Little things like that, but as far as the way it plays, the way it feels, the way it sounds, it's what I wanted. It's everything I asked for. I didn't compromise on any of it. So yeah. Yes, the control plate is curved. The knobs are straight. The switch is angled. will I be playing an off-the-line guitar? This is an off-the-line guitar, and I have two of the prototypes. I like this one better. This will most likely be the main one for me. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with it. Was my involvement only in the U.S.? Yeah, I was in Japan right at the beginning of the process for gigs, and some of the Japanese side of the company came to the show, and we had discussion. But yeah, most of my interaction has been on the U.S. side. If I had to give her a name, what would it be? Must give her a special name. Besides the Flat 5, I'd probably name her after my wife, Nikki, of course. There's no other name I would name in anything. I'm not that guy that names guitars, though. But, I mean, that would be it. How does the layout feel? It feels great. Like, you know, even for the data gap. It's on the Ibanez site right now. I think I can put it in here. Oh, that's not that. That's a ridiculous stream key. Here, hang on. Oh, I did it again. Why is it not? I'm coming. I'm coming. Just give me one moment. I'm getting the link to the guitar. There we go. No, it doesn't have locking tuners. In fact, it's the only Ibanez with vintage style tuners. It's the only Ibanez with 21 frets. It's pretty cool that they let me do all this stuff. Did I see Mark Letier's new guitar? Of course I did. I was watching. I was texting him as it was going on. I was so excited for him. I'm super proud of, you know, he's a great friend. So I'm so happy for him. And I know exactly how he's feeling. How do I set the pickups? That's a good question, and I've instructed them how I want them. I angled this pickup down like this. This one actually I have to adjust. Like I said, I just got this one. But I do adjust them all slightly. The body looks much different. It's not. It's really not much different. It's the same. If you want, I can show you it next to the Chapin, sure. Don't go anywhere. Literally, the weight is almost identical of these two guitars. My Chapin weighs 7.2 pounds. They feel almost identical. The thickness of the guitar, the slab style of the guitar is very close. I think some of the different look is that the Pickard is a different shape, and the black kind of hides the new contour of the arm here. But it's actually like pretty same height, same length, same width. Like, yeah, the horn, I mean, the biggest difference would be the horn, I guess, is a little narrower. But, I mean, you know, it's another guitar. It's a new guitar. Would Ibanez not do nitro? Well, it wasn't an option for production line. And they offered to make me nitro one to play as my main guitar, but I did not want to play a guitar that was not the same that someone would walk into the store and buy. I wanted the one I had to be just like what anybody was gonna pick up. So it was more important to me to work on it until, I was happy with the final normal product. Like I didn't want a custom shop guitar, you know, and I may have them make me special guitars, you know, over the years, you know, depending on what goes on with our relationship and this and that. But I wanted to know that the guitar on the shelf was good enough for me. The Chapin neck was not roasted. It's just really dirty and beat up and old and played a lot. Yeah, someone said turn on the Leslie. I could do that. Sounds like me, right? It feels like me. Feels comfortable. That was the Myriad, yes, at the end there. That was the Myriad fuzz. Man, yeah, they do. That's the thing about this style of guitar. It does everything I need it to do, and it's a simple guitar at its heart. When will the pickups be available? That's a good question. It's going to be a bit on that. There's some legal this and that involved with the pickups being. They go to the Ibanez first, and then eventually they'll be available separate. But the work is done. They exist, and it's coming. So, there you go. Rulers discount. I wish I could do that. I'm trying to figure out a way to get them for the rulers, like where maybe I sign them and have a few of them to sell directly from my shop, but I got to figure out. How do I feel about that first ding? Great. I can't wait to get more dings on this thing. It means I'm playing it. Did Seymour approach me? Yes. Yeah, they did. 2,500 is a bit much. Why? For titanium saddles, custom pickups, custom, roasted maple. I think it's a pretty good deal for what you get for this guitar. I don't think you get more in materials from any other company for that kind of money. How's it sound with the Chula and the flashback? Yeah, I think it sounds like me with the Chula and the flashback. I mean, yeah, I know it's not a cheap guitar. I get it. But it's not, you know, made with no love and a small, you know, this is made in Japan under a lot of scrutiny with a lot of thought went into every aspect of this guitar. Like, I put thought literally into every piece of this guitar. And, you know, I think it's a fair price for what you get for the guitar, I think. Yeah, $250. Yeah. There's no other colors, not yet. Hopefully it's a giant success and they want to make the Flat 5.2 and the Flat 5.3 and because you guys know me, I got a ton of ideas. Is Kirk Fletcher my favorite blues guitarist? Well, he's one of them, and he's one of my favorite people. That's my brother. Yeah, I mean, you know, Ibanez is a Japanese company, so I mean, of course, it's going to be made in Japan. You know that they're some of the best craftsmen in the whole world at everything. You know, I'm honored to be working with Ibanez. This is not like a compromise for me in any way on the guitar or in anything, quite honestly. I'm honored that this is going on and that I have this. It's a 9.5-inch radius, and yeah. How thick would I describe the neck? It's not an inch, you know, it's not a broadcaster neck or something like that. It feels like a 57 or 58 style vintage neck. Soft V. It's probably like, I mean, I could look up the specs. Let's see what it says it is at the first fret exactly. And I'll tell you. Neck dimensions. Thickness, 22 millimeters at the first fret, 24.5 millimeters at the 12th fret. What is that in inches? I don't even know. I don't know. But it's very comfortable, and it's very much like, I mean, it's almost identical to the shape of my main, to that one. You know, that, I mean, obviously that was the point. I wanted it to feel comfortable to me. Could you put hum in the bridge? No. No, you'd have to get a new plate. I don't know actually what the route is under this plate. That's a good question. But they make one, a more modern version of this guitar, the AZS. It's 9.5-inch radius. Yeah, it's like 7/8. In the process of design, did you try anything out of the norm? Oh, sure. I mean, I was open to whatever they wanted to try. I was open to trying the stainless frets, things like that. And the nice thing was they didn't push back at me. When I didn't want them, you know. Wood's involved. It's an ash body. It's a roasted maple neck and fretboard. So that means the fretboard is a cap, like a mid-60s style guitar. And I like this because strength and stability. The great thing about this neck is with my 13 gauge strings on here, it will never move. You know, roasted neck guitars are so stable. Did I consider 22? They wanted me to do 22 because all the other AZSs that were just announced are 22. But I wouldn't have that one. Series parallel mod for the middle. Actually, that's something I thought of after the fact. Like, oh, maybe we'll put an out-of-phase switch for both pickups. That would be maybe on the FlatV1. You know, you could certainly mod it, though. What made you go with the rounder radius, not 12? Well, the radius on this guitar started off compound, 9.5 to about 12. But over the years, I've refretted it so many times that it's flattened out to just 9.5. Not flattened out, but ended up being 9.5 all the way around. And that's just what's most comfortable to me. It's really much in the middle. I found that I've become most comfortable on 9.5-inch radius. Assuming I've been to Japan, what was my favorite part? Besides the people, the food. The food is incredible. It's an amazing place in Japan. Yes, 250K pots. Yeah. Do. Any other questions, anybody? I'm happy to answer them. Like literally the pots, the caps, everything, the curve and taper of these knobs, the knurl on the side of the knobs, all considered. Any plans to come to Ireland? Well, I was supposed to be in Ireland this year, and now I will hopefully be there this year. Sorry, last year. Hopefully now this year, yeah. Do I know what the action will be set like from the factory? I would imagine a relatively comfortable medium action will be the setup from the factory. It's going to come with 10s on it instead of my 13s. Am I going to miss the sunglasses? Every now and then I may look down and think, where are the sunglasses? I will say, I love these freaking Luminlays. They're awesome. When it's dark, it's really, really, really great. Plus, I think they look really good even when they're not glowing. They're just really easy to see, and I think they're kind of a handsome look. Have I played it out yet? No, I couldn't. We were really trying to keep it a surprise. They wanted to keep it a surprise. Yeah, they are kind of Danny style. They're not as knurled as his. His are really rough. I would say these are rougher than the average, but not as rough as Danny's knobs, which is what I like. What would be the next color I'd like to release? I don't know. I thought about like white with the white guard, like a mid-50s style guitar. Also, I love Desert Sand with a gold guard. I think this guitar would look incredible in Desert Sand with the anodized gold version of this pickguard. I think it would look insane. How did my relationship with Ibanez begin? Were you looking to create a Sig for a long time? No, I wasn't. I'd talked to a few other companies, but they approached me initially, Ibanez. And like I said, some of my friends were just getting involved with them. Tom Quayle and Martin Miller, and they were telling me about this new AZ line that was coming and the quality of it, and I tried a pre-release version of the AZ and was really, really impressed. And yeah, yes, it's 7 pounds basically, maybe 7.2. It's almost identical to this guitar. Pickups wound to magical tones. I wouldn't know, if they're magical, but they're wound the way I wanted them. They do what I needed, and a lot of thought went into it. Left-handed. Okay, I know I'm getting a lot of left-handed questions over the last few months about it, but it'll only be left-handed, I guess, if it sells well, and they feel the need for a left-handed version, like people will want it. A Strat FlatV. Trust me, it's in my mind a version of the AZ that's more like my style, because they are making me one to be able to play out. Split bridge story. Good question. Okay. This was Ibanez and Goto's idea about coming up with a way to keep the sound exactly the same, but make it where you could change pickups or take the pickup out of the guitar without taking the bridge off, because of course you have to do that on a regular guitar of this style. So they tried it out, and I said, listen, if it sounds not right, I'm out. But there was literally no perceptible difference. We tried it back and forth with a regular bridge, and they're touching each other. Like, I couldn't perceive literally any difference between them being separate pieces or not. It is a roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fingerboard. Yep. How'd I go about drawing the pickguard shape? They had a Photoshop model of the guitar, and I just printed it out and drew over the top of it. And you'll see even the pickguard on this one is different than what's on the other AZS ones that were just released. It goes through the bridge here, and it's rounded off. The other ones are different. So again, they let me do just what I wanted on this guitar. Oh, Kirky in the house. Kirky Fletcher. How big are the frets? They are 1.100 millimeters tall by 0.050 millimeters wide. Very similar to the frets that I've used my whole life, which are StewMac number 154 frets. Why did I choose roasted maple instead of regular? For the strength and stability. It makes it feel like a guitar that's aged already. Rosewood version. Certainly, I want one. Yes, Jar. Did Kirk and Matt try it out? They both have tried it out. Yep. Kirk, go ahead. Tell them what you thought. You just saw this one, like, was it yesterday? 2 days ago? Am I friends with Joe Bonamassa? No. We only produce a lot of records together and work together all the time. Yes, of course. That's my brother. I love Joe Bonamassa. This is one of my best friends, and I'll see him in 5 days when we produce a record together in Nashville for an artist named Jimmy Hall. So, yes, I am friends with Joe, and we work together quite a bit. And he's played the guitar, too, and he was really, really impressed. Oh, any reason for the string tree? Quite honestly, when my radius was different on this guitar, before it started like leveling out, the string tree wasn't necessary. I kind of feel like actually I might add a string tree onto the Chapin now. I feel like it kind of needs it. It's changed over the years slightly. So I wanted to have the string tree. Premium model for this. I hope they will do a premium model for this if there's enough, what's the word I'm looking for? Enough, enthusiasm and interest in this top of the line one. So an Ibanez Prestige is the top and premium is below. So if this guitar does well, I think they most certainly will make a premium, cheaper version of the guitar. And I've got my fingers crossed on that. I hope so. Why 21 frets? Because it's what feels comfortable to me. It's just what feels right when I'm up here. I like the spacing of the frets when I'm up here above the 12th fret when it's a 21 fret neck. It just feels totally comfortable to me. No, it's not a tilt back headstock. Tonal difference between this and the Chapin. They're different pieces of wood, so they sound as close as they could for guitars that are very similarly designed, spec'd out, and built. But always they're going to sound different. The other Ibanez flat fives that I have sound different than this one. They all play slightly different. So. Well, people who bought tickets for my gig in Ireland, yeah, you'll be able to. Yes. Why not 24 frets? Oh, I just don't love the feel of how close together the frets get when you have 24 frets. I've never found myself needing to play that many notes up that high, quite honestly. Does this seem a bit surreal? Yeah, it does. As I was saying earlier, my first NAMM show when I was 13 years old, I waited in line at the Ibanez booth to get autographs from Steve Vai and Paul Gilbert. And Andy Timmons. And now I'm next to them. Hell, Andy Timmons, last year in January at NAMM, Andy Timmons was here in my studio recording his new album, which I produced. And it's like these people were my heroes. And now I have a guitar with my name on it. On the Ibanez site right now, I'm right next to Satriani because of alphabetical order. Come on. It's surreal. It's pretty unbelievable, actually. I'm honored that this is even going on. It's really exciting. I trust me, I don't take it for granted. It's a big deal for me. I've been freaking out about it. I was freaking out when it first started to happen 2 years ago, and then it's a process. You lose excitement, you gain excitement. It takes so long, but the last 6 months have just been so exciting as it gets close to the finish line. So it's really exciting. Am I playing the Blues Cruise in October? I don't think so. Is that happening? Greg Cocky is a funny guy. Also a great friend. Which amp am I playing? My Morgan JS12 amp right now. Yeah, if you saw my video yesterday, the Chapin has been my baby for a long time. I'm grateful to that guitar. I love that guitar with all my heart and soul. It's never going anywhere. And I don't want people thinking I'm going to trash it or go sell it or anything like that. No, it's a really important guitar, and it's partially responsible for maybe some of you guys and ladies being my fan, because I feel like I even more developed my voice once I settled on this guitar. So Bill is a great friend and an incredible builder. But let's be honest, Bill couldn't make as many guitars as maybe this will sell. And this is a huge opportunity for me. So it was something, you know, that just it had to happen. It was just something I couldn't possibly turn down, you know. Have I showed the hard shell case? No, but it's their really good hard molded one. It's really excellent. Did I consider a humbucker in the neck? No, I wanted to keep this my kind of standard thing because, you know, it's my first signature guitar. I wanted it to be my main thing. And the regular AZS model that's coming out now has a mini humbucker in the neck. Did I just say I produced a new Andy Timmons record? I did indeed. So look for that sometime this year, hopefully. It's pretty much done. Andy, of course, is insanely amazing. Besides being literally maybe the greatest guy on the face of the earth, the nicest guy, he's just the best freaking guitar player. Such a fun person to be around, such a wonderful human being, and obviously an amazing guitar player. It's going, yep, it's the FlatV1 because it's the first in the FlatV series. So my family is the FlatV model, and this is the one, you know, so hopefully there'll be a FlatV too. How many months before it looks like a relic? If you know me, it probably will not take very long. I don't baby my guitars. Has Martin played this one yet? No, I don't think he has. Oh, what happened to the stream? That was odd. Did I lose a connection? Oh, seems like we're okay now. Sorry. That's a first here. My internet is slamming. Okay, we're still here. Someone said play with the fuzz a little bit more. It did freeze for a second. And for me it did.
I saw you fine.
Can I play the FlatV and the Chapin back to back? You've all heard the Chapin a million times. I want to focus on the FlatV. An S-shaped signature. Well, let's see how good this one does. Send it around to all my buddies. I would like to do that. We're going to see if I don't know how many I can get to send to all my friends, because that would be awesome to be able to send to some of my friends, you know.
Yes, it's only in black.
What is only in black?
Guitar. Somebody's asking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Has Bill Chapin played this yet? No, I haven't seen Bill in a long time. He lives up in Portland. If I had to make another signature guitar, what model would I go for? Probably something based off the AZ, like an S style. Yeah. Pete says I've got his address. Oh. Fuzz with this instrument rolled down. Sure. There we go. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to go walk around, take a breath, and think about this moment because it's pretty exciting for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm super excited. I don't have my whole board down there, so I can't hit the soloist right this second. Sorry about that, but I promise, Madman, you'll get to hear it with the soloist, of course.
Did you answer Daniel's question?
What was Daniel's question?
Any new courses in the works?
Any new courses in the works? There's a new True Fire course coming out soon. I'm working on the book a little bit. That's about it at the moment. Here's some more clean, just so people can hear. Yeah, I mean, I think you can see it sounds like me, and that's an exciting feeling to me, to have put a lot of thought and time and effort into something and to have it work and to feel right, to sound right. Ibanez was really keen on keeping it a surprise. I could have, I guess, technically started playing Ibanez a year or two ago, but then everybody would have known something was up, and they didn't have a model that was, my thing. So it was like, it just made sense to let's make it a complete surprise. When this model comes out, it'll be totally brand new and people will be really surprised. And I'm just so excited, man. It really is an honor to be involved with such a great company and great people. And yeah, so hopefully I'm seeing some repeat questions. So hopefully if you watch this stream again later, you will see I answered most of them. And it's up on the Ibanez website now. If you want all the specs, they're up there. I'm super proud of this guitar. And I just thank you guys so much for the support over the years. I wouldn't be getting a signature guitar like this if I didn't have people who cared. And just that is a freaking unbelievable feeling, like to know that people care about anything I do musically or with the instrument, gear-wise, any of that stuff is really exciting. So I see YouTube is messing up again for a second. It says they're not receiving enough, but I'm going to call it a night, everybody. Thank you all so much for all the support, and you'll be seeing a lot of the Flat 5. So, ruling, Ibanez time, everybody. All right, ruling, everyone.